Hey, it's Chris Loud with another 15-minute warm-up painting. This one is an abstract that I will say that I really did not follow my thoughts on what these 15-minute warm-up exercises are really meant to do. I'm talking about them being fun and about loosening up and getting out of your head. And this one kind of threw me off a little bit. As you can see, I started putting these little shapes in, and then started having to paint around those for the background. And right away, I started realizing this is gonna, for a 15-minute time frame here, this is not going to be an easy thing to do. 15 minutes goes by so much faster than you think. I should have at that point pivoted and just painted over all of that, painted the background in, and then put those shapes kind of over top with white, and then used the gold green I was using to color those in. But of course, I was in my head and really didn't take my own advice and kept with it. And I'll show you after the 15 minutes what this looked like. And I decided to kind of realize that I was not having a good time doing this and really loosening up and warming up. So I decided to paint a little bit longer on this one. And at that point, once realizing that I was a lot more tight than I had wanted to be, I went ahead and continued on. So I have that video as well, but I'll show you here in a minute what this looked like after this, and I'll show you different orientations, because that's kind of what I looked at. Was there enough there for me to keep playing, or should I just start over with a new warm-up? So I thought there was enough there after turning around and looking at it. So I kept playing. So I'm using Winsor Blue and Payne's Gray, green gold, some white, and a little bit of China marker and black water-soluble pastel crayons. So I'll show you here coming up what this looks like. The lighting was not real good today, so I apologize for that. I think I had the angle wrong on the lights, and there's a little bit of a glare on that, so you can't really see the true colors of the painting, but you'll be able to see it here coming up. So this is what it looked like in different orientations. This was probably my second favorite one here, and then other than the main one. So, but anyway, I got in there afterwards, and this is probably what I should have done with these shapes to begin with, just putting some white down and getting some color back over once they dried. I did a second warm-up painting that I did not record the whole video of me doing that, but I did make a short of that, and I think that turned out really well. So I'll put that on the screen here now, and then I'll also put it in the description so you can check that out. It's a 60-second short, but that's one that I think I'm going to do a larger canvas like that. So I think that turned out well. But yeah, anyway, I'd love to say that I'm always taking my own advice here and having fun and loosening up and getting out of my head, but no, it happens to all of us. We kind of get there quite often, unfortunately, in my case. So just have to kind of realize and reset and keep going. But one of the takeaways, again, I should have just started off painting in the background and working on the details. But here I started doing really some negative space painting to try and pull something out of this, to find some kind of focal point, or points, I should say, in this case. But I think that kind of worked, getting some of the white around there, and then I bring in some more Winsor Blue after blending this a little bit. To try and give a little more character to the background. Also bringing in some of the green gold kind of a mix of green gold and that blue Windsor, and filling in some of these a little bit more to try and create more of a focal point. I'm not sure I did a great job of it, but just again, at this point I was playing and having fun, so I wasn't too concerned. But again, just adding some more. This is a mix of white and the green gold, and then getting some of this Windsor blue. And I'll have in the description the paint that I was using, as well as I think I was using one of the silicone brushes there. I saw I started putting some marks down, just to, again, to try and add some character, a little more character to this. Wasn't a huge fan of it. I'll show you at the end what this looked like with those marks, and then I came back in and kind of painted over those, and I'll show you that as well. And then several orientations with the piece that I kind of left with. Then I started adding a little lemon yellow to some of those to trimple them out. So this is that piece there after I was done, and I removed those marks and then did several different orientations here. So let me know what you think. If you've run into this issue before, where you're kind of not loosening up when you're doing this, and what you did to get out of it. So if you like this, give it a thumbs up, and if you feel like subscribing to the channel to see more of these, feel free to do that. Otherwise, keep on painting and live loud.